Look at them all, just so peaceful. And guess what? One of these is Jet's mom. There's Jet out enjoying everybody. And look at his erect tail. His tail is exactly the same as this one's. So we finally figured out Jet's heritage. I thought Lulu was his mom, but that's not so. One of these is his mom, the tiny Millefleurs, because Jet has the exact same erect tail and shape, and he's also got a few like brown feathers on his back. But his dad, he's having fun, but that's his daddy. So he's all black. He'll be a tiny chicken because there's mom and dad right there, and mom and dad are both real small. Mom's very small. She's a Belgian bantam called a Millefleur, and he is a silky frizzle. So he's got the frizzle feathers, but he's soft like a silky, so he's probably half her. Oh, don't chase Jet. Let me back up so I'm not making you guys all sick. Look at Jet getting along. He's hanging out. They've got some fruit rinds and stuff they're having a good time with. That little tiny weird one is the genetic defect rooster. Razzle dazzle. Jet, nobody's getting after you. You're just still a little worried. Look at his brown feathers on his back. Aren't they beautiful? Oops. Poppy's getting too close. Hi, Pops. Poppy, Pickles, Razzle Dazzle. There's Joan. I thought Joan might be Jet's dad, mama too, but it's not. His mama is one of those. And here is little Jet. Look at his feathers on his back. Look at the browns. He's got browns on him. He's got some of the dark blacks like his daddy, and then some every now and then there's a brown feather like his mom. He is just a beautiful, beautiful chicken. He's standing right. Yeah, that's Razzle Dazzle. He's standing. Jet is standing right by my feet. That's the chicken. That's Razzle Dazzle. He's a genetic mutant. He's a product of a frizzle like Poppy being bred with a frizzle female, and they should never be bred together. I didn't do it, but I bought him that way because that's a recessive gene, and when you put the two recessive genes together, you get really breakable feathers, you get enlarged hearts, small size, and short lifespans. But he's doing well. There's Joan, who hasn't grown back all her feathers since she molted. She's still working on it. She's young. And look, that's his playpen back there. It's open for him to fly into if he gets nervous. That's where I put him out in and let him get out on his own. So when I come out here, I put him in his pen and he gets out when he wants. I don't think Poppy's being aggressive to him. I think Poppy's just wanting to look at him. But he flutters away. And that's why I feel like he's safe, because he has all this space out here to get away from the bigger chickens if they want to. So they're all eating leftover fruits and vegetables that my mom sent over. They can go into their coop at any time, into the run. That's the run. It's 12 feet by 9 feet. And then their coop is back there that they sleep in. They also sleep on the roost. And they can sleep in that coop if they want to, but nobody really does. They like this one because it's insulated, so it's nice and cool in the summer and hot during the winter. And then several of the big ones like to roost. And that's the chickens. So I just wanted to show you how well they all are doing together. We've got a big pan of water there. It's not hot today. That's Lulu getting after Joan. Lulu is a top chicken. She's one of the top hens. And that's the babies. I now have 10 with Jet, who's kind of on the other side of his playpen back there. I have 10 total. And they're very, very peaceful today. And there's our baby. Look at him being all grown up. I love his brown feathers that show up. Just little tiny spots of brown. He's beautiful. And when it gets dark, I come out and catch him. He's easy to catch, and I bring him inside. He sleeps inside. All right. Have fun playing, little guy. Have fun playing. I'm going to go back in and color. I'm coloring and filming today. You guys making a mess of my strawberries? There's Mama. And Razzle Dazzle. None of the hens claim him. He doesn't have any females that want him, but they all tolerate him. He's kind of sort of just friends with all of them, even though he's super aggressive to humans. He's super protective of the hens, but they don't really like him. But they'll tolerate him around. If I come too close, he attacks me, but he's like the size of a kitten, so who cares? There's my John Deere that I drive next door. It's my mower, and I need to mow, so I might try doing a little mowing tonight if I'm feeling up for it. Bye, Lulu. And there's Jackson, looking for something to eat. He's doing really well with the chickens. He's in fact right now eating chicken grain that I threw out here for them. And we're all gonna go inside now. All right, Jack, let's go inside. We're gonna get a treat. Come on, Jack. We're done eating chicken food. Come on. Okay.
Hello, hi you. So, tonight I want to work on a painting or a page out of this modern manga coloring book. Now, this is a buddy that I have for Space Timber, and I've already gone over, I've already done a base in alcohol markers, and I'm going to use these wonderful Art Whale metallic and shimmery paints that Tammy Colors 2 gifted me. I just absolutely love them, and I'm using the color of Blue Pearl. So I just spray a little water in there and get it wet, and try not to get my my brush too wet. And what I'm doing is I had let the alcohol markers dry completely, and now I'm putting this really translucent, shimmery, blue tinted metallic paint on it. And I'm hoping, and I think it's working, it'll give the illusion of I kind of wanted her hair to look wet, kind of sparkly and wet. Although I think she's in the sky. I just got the idea from, I originally was going to place her in water, and then I decided I'm going to keep her in the sky. But I really wanted her hair to just be this, it's so straight, and to just be this wet, shiny looking hair. And I've never tried this before, using a metallic paint on top of alcohol marker. But I am really loving what's happening here. You can see the shimmer. It really changed it to something beautiful. The alcohol markers don't aren't superly well suited for this really good paper. This really good paper kind of soaks it up, and it doesn't stay on the surface to blend very well. So you can see that the blending of my colors is very chunky and not smooth, but I'm embracing that because I think with the paint, the watercolor paint on top, it's going to shimmer off those colors, and it's going to make it look really good. Even so, the undercoat with the alcohol markers is very rough and very sketchy. I was going to do the whole page in alcohol markers, but once I did her hair, I realized that this paper just absorbs the alcohol markers, and they aren't going to do a great job on it. So I'm doing this. I did do alcohol markers to outline the clouds, and then I'm going to use some sort of gel crayon for the sky. But I thought this would add just the amount of shimmer that I want. Who knows? It may... I may find some other places for it, but I don't like to over shimmer my pages. And I'm going to let this dry, and any of those spots that I missed, I'll go over once it's all dry. and make sure that I've got coverage everywhere. But at the angle I was at for this, to film it, I couldn't see where some of those spots are that I missed. I am watching, I'm watching videos on the side. I'm watching actually Christina's art corner. I'm watching her October plans video. So I wanted you to be able to see the whole page here as I get down to the very end. And now I'm going to zoom in and show you the finished project. Now this was in double speed, but it literally didn't even take me 5 minutes. Look at that. I like it. And I think once the page dries, I will go over the spots I missed and then I'll let it dry again and then I'll flatten it and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so I'm playing with the light to see if I can get more shine off of it. But I'm really looking forward to finishing this page. This is my first page out of this book, and it's a great book. All right, so I'm going back to this page because I want to do the background. Look how shiny that watercolor dried up. It's so beautiful. It really, I got to remember to do this again. So I'm using some King Art gel sticks, this light blue and this pastel-y violet purple thing. King Art gel sticks are one of my secret weapons for coloring. They make coloring so fast and they work so well on so many papers. They're one of the best all-around gel sticks, I think. I have quite a few brands and I think these are one of the best. They're very affordable. I think they're not the cheapest, but I wouldn't go any cheaper because every time I do, I'm not as happy with the product. So, but these are fantastic. They're not darkly pigmented. So if you want a really dark, vibrant, bright color, you can base with these and then go back over with pencil or something. But I didn't want that. I wanted kind of a pastel galaxy look. So I'm just randomly coloring these in. You definitely don't have to be careful with them. You just need to make sure you have enough pigment down on the paper so that when you apply the water, you have enough. But if you don't, if you find that it's not quite as saturated as you want, let it dry and put a second layer on. So here I am going in with one of my big Chinese paint brushes that I love. And I've got just a little water. These paintbrushes are very soft, and I like the way they spread the gel color. Jack, shh. And look at, I'm just softly going in with just a damp brush. There's not a lot of water on it at all. And I'm smearing that around. That's basically all you do with gel sticks. You can be as precise as you want. You can be as, now see my brush is starting to get a little dry, so I had to put some more water on it. But you can be as precise as you want or as messy as you want. Gel sticks blend together really, really well. They don't blend, as you saw, I just tried to blend it with my finger. They really work best with water. They dry pretty quickly and they don't smear well with your fingers. Now this is it finished and dried. And I could add pencil to it, make it different. I could put another layer of gel sticks on it to add some, to fix some of the swirly, messy areas. But actually, I kind of think I like it. Put a few stars in there, some shimmery stars in there, and it would be great. What do you think? Well, I decided that it could use some darkening in certain areas. I felt like it was a little muddy in some areas. Now you see on the right side, I went in there and darkened it up. I haven't activated with water yet though. So I'm doing the same on the left-hand side now, and I'm kind of rubbing it with my finger. Again, you have to do it quickly because these do dry and then they don't rub at all. But see, I'm kind of smearing it in on top. And I'm finding that's working pretty well. It's working better than it did on the raw paper. As a second coat, you can really do a good job of using your finger, and it ends up sort of with a shiny sheen to it. And I'm starting to really dig that. So I start putting more and more on it. And I do end up finishing it up with that all around the background. And then I decide it needs more bling. So I get out these wonderful Languo color painting gel pen. Now Languo calls these the shiny style. And I have the full set and it comes in this beautiful box. Look at them. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh my God, I love them so much. And there's a couple layers in there, but I just think I'm going to go ahead and just use that lavender one that's right there towards the left. And I'm going to bring it out. You can see there's a lot more shimmer to it. I already put those lavender ones, I guess I already colored it in here. I colored in the lavender, that shiny lavender, and all the stars. The stars in her hair were white, and I used that lavender pen. Isn't that gorgeous? I did it on her barrettes too. And I love the background. The background has a second coat with no water, just me smearing it with my finger, and it came out really shimmery and shiny. So the background shimmers lightly, and then the shiny style Languo gel pen adds like bam, shimmer to all the stars. I just think this turned out great, and it was so fast. So I'm going to be doing some more with those King Art gel sticks, don't you worry. So here I am again, and I wanted to show you these new Halloween nails I put on. Now these are Harry Potter. So how are they Harry Potter? Well, they're magic. Just like this on a regular temperature day in my cabin where it's a little cool, you see I've got a sweatshirt on, they're almost opaque. If they were cold, let's see, I don't have anything cold by me, they would be completely opaque and they'd be this color, this pretty kind of chocolatey red color. Okay, but if you warm them up, and let's see if I can warm them up enough. If you warm them up, they change. And I love this so much. Yes, here are footprints. Let me warm them up. Let me warm them up really good, because they turn into footprints. They turn into the Marauder. It's their Marauder's Map. Some of them turn into the Marauder's Map. Some of them turn into picture frames, and some of them turn into a saying that says, "I solemnly swear I'm up to no good." So here they are. Here's the footprints one, because it's warm now. They go nude with the image underneath it. It's so cool. This one is picture frames, it looks like. Let's see. I did it really well in the store today, but I was walking around, so my body temperature was up, and my body temperature is up. If I put my hands in warm water, they really do it. This one is, it's hard to see. It's the picture frames. This one is more footprints. Isn't that cool? They go completely nude. I think this one's a Marauder's Map. So let me warm this one up really good, and I'll get you the Marauder's Map. And yes, Jack has to make noise because I am now talking. There he goes. He found his spot. It's night now, and the chickens are put to bed. And Jet was pecking at the window. He got confused as to where the door was, so he was around on the deck on the window. So I had to open the doors and call him, and then he found the door, and he's in bed now. There we go. See, they go totally, as they cool down, they change color pretty quickly. But this says, if you could read it, this says, "I solemnly swear I am up to no good." Are these fun or what? In person, they are so cool. You can see them much better. They are so much fun. And most of the time, because I run kind of warm, they're about half revealed. And so they've got this kind of neat pinkish, reddish look to them, which I like. There's the footprints. And then as I cool down, it goes back to the red again. That's amazing. That is amazing. They're kind of see-through, so you can kind of see the glue through this one, but how fun. So again, these are Glamnetics. These are the Marauder's Map Harry Potter nails. And I have to say, I think these are my favorite nails I've bought yet. This one's clearing up really easy. See, these are picture frames. So much fun. And then they go back to that pretty color. So I've been having fun with these nails all day, watching them change color. It's been a lot of fun. I have one more thing for you tonight. About late afternoon, I remembered I had a package down at the post office. So I got in the car and carefully drove through the chickens that were having a good time outside and went and got a package. So it's a book, and it's a book I ordered. So let's look at it. Okay, be right back. Oh my gosh. While I was switching over to grab that book and show you the book, a neighbor knocked on my door. It turns out she was at a garage sale of someone who was moving. They were selling everything, and there was a bunch of clothes my size. Now, she has brought me clothes before, and they're always really soft, really oversized, flowy things that I just love to wear. And she knows I'm a nun, and so it really fits my nunness. She brings me very, solid, muted colors and stuff, and it's just... In fact, I'm wearing one of the dresses she got me right now. So I had it on when she showed up. And in the bag, I haven't gone through all the bag. It's a giant bag of clothes. Was this pillow? Oh my gosh. I need a new pillow. I'm sitting on an old meditation pillow, a regular pillow, and then a couch cushion that have all flattened. So my seat is getting lower and lower and lower. So I need another pillow. And this one's in great shape and it's beautiful. Look at it. It's so pretty. So she got me a pillow. She was kind of sheepish about the pillow, but I'm like, I'm so excited about it. It's going to be perfect. So, wow. I know a lot of really neat people, don't I? Okay, let me show you the book that I ordered from Amazon. Ah, look at this. World Imagination. And it's already dirty. Okay. Color a World of Wonder, Ecotopia. This is Ken Matsuda, and this is the English version of his very beloved book, the Japanese version. And I was hoping the one printed in English would be as good. And I don't have the Japanese one, but this is fantastic. The paper's great. Everything's great about it. So I'm thrilled. It's on Amazon US. It's a Get Creative 6. Yay, we love those. It's Amazon US for $16.67 was what I got it for. And it starts off, everything's translated, so you have his little things in translation, which is wonderful, his little captions. And then come these beautiful drawings. Look at that. Oh. I just want to go in there with paint, right? And swoop. And he actually does color his drawings in paint. These are actually, I don't know if these are line arts of the paintings or line arts that he makes and then paints over on top. I think he draws and then paints them. Oh, wow, look at that. What I like about these, that I like better than the, like in Kirby and early Joseph Kattenbang, where they have the animal with things growing out of it, is there's like little ecosystems. So yes, this is some sort of a lizard, but then there's these fish, and then there's the mushrooms, the frog. There's animals and things that, look at his little tongue, they may not necessarily go with the animal, but whole ecosystems on the animal. Look at all these like orchids, they look like, on this iguana with mushrooms. It's gorgeous. And the thing is, I'm not really crazy about plants growing out of animals, but this is different somehow. It's not like poking out of an animal. This snake, it reminds me, I want to do it like all green, like a garden, like a grass snake, or they're not called grass snakes, but they're all green and they're harmless. And then all these beautiful flowers. And flowers tend to bore me, but if I can do them with paint or those King Art gel sticks, which would work marvelously on this paper is super smooth. So yeah, I would definitely put something down before pencils probably. I would make this so brightly. We found one of these in my parents' house. He found one of these. My dad was a little bit concerned because it was so creepy looking, but it's a skink. We have a lot of them around here. Look at that guy. I like the poses he has them in, almost like they're climbing or jumping or something. This animal's doing something, but interacting with its environment, but the environment has been taken out. I think that's cool. And this guy's got crystals. Oh, I might have changed my mind about the first one I want to do. I have it marked. Look at this frog with a fancy goldfish. Like, these two things aren't in the same, you won't find them together in the wild, but they're so good. I have always loved this book. I've just never been able to get it. And now I can get it at a price I can kind of afford. Can't afford too many $16 books, but He does a lot of amphibians, doesn't he? This is like a little caiman with, you know, fiddlehead ferns and mushrooms, and then some fancy tropical fish, like an angel fish, it looks like. Now, here's a turtle with something on its back that I can get behind. This is like a bonsai maple, and I love it. And I love grumpy faced turtle, or tortoise. This is probably considered a tortoise. I think that is nice. Yeah. He's got flowers on his nose and a little mushroom. And then like the bird, that bird is pretty generic. You could make it in almost anything. It reminds me of birds we have around here called chickadees. I think they're called chickadees because they sound like they go chickadee-dee-dee-dee-dee when they make a sound. Do you have those kinds of birds? They have a light underbelly and then a dark top. Little tiny fall winter type birds. This pig looks so joyous. He looks like he's smiling. She looks like she's smiling, and she looks like she's just dancing. First glance when I saw her, I thought, oh, she's dying or she's dead and has plants growing out of her. But then I realized she's dancing. This elephant is stunning. Absolutely stunning. And see, it has got a snake and a bird. It's got little guppies and butterflies. It's like you know, the animals he chooses to be put together, I have no rhyme or reason. I'd like to ask him, like, what makes you decide I'm putting beetles with a baboon? Is it just, you just feel like putting a beetle there? Did you hear the Canada geese honking as they flew over? And yet another one I was concerned was dead, but I think it's jumping. It's a fox. I have a lot of fox. I found the fox's den. I have a fox's den in my brush pile, and a brush pile is just country for haven't burned it yet, and basically put all the branches in a big pile and then eventually you burn it. Well, I had foxes grow in mine, and I don't know how to safely burn a bunch of wood anyway. So, did I say foxes grow in mine? Yeah, if you put out branches, you'll grow foxes. Basically, a fox comes along, makes a den, moves in the boyfriend, and then pretty soon you've got kids, and oh my gosh, they're the greatest neighbors. Except go on YouTube and look up fox screaming, and you'll see. Foxes are cute as long as they don't use their voices. Then they sound like a dying child, and it's terrifying. I love this one. It's like the hippo is laying with the alligator, crocodile, and taking a little nap. And I love that bunny. Now that's a little lynx type thing, but then here is this eel. I'm not sure what kind of eel that is. I was going to say it was one of those deep water gaper mouth ones, but I don't think it is. I love the way he colors this. And then it's got, you know, Nemo fish, like nothing, and a bird. See, it's all just, he just puts them together. You know, here's a cat and a grasshopper, a bee, and another kind of bug. Stick bug, I think. But a stick bug flying. And I love the positions of the animals. These are so dynamic. This is the one I was thinking about doing, only because I don't think it's the most interesting page in the book, but it has these, and I always see these as sort of like fall-like things, like, I don't even know what they're called, but he colors them. There's a colored version in the back, and he colors them kind of the way I want to color them. They're kind of dry, papery feeling, and they're orangish, and they're about ready to fall off the plant and die. That's what I wanted. I wanted to color those. So I thought, well, if I'm going to color those, I might as well color the ram. So with some kind of a bird. This is a little koala. Is he not cute? Oh yeah, and I put a chicken on it so that I'd remember. Cute finnick fox and a oh god, I have chicken feathers everywhere. Probably a coyote. This one with grapes, that's cool, or some kind of a wild berry. So cute. This one, oh, it's funny because the colors I see for this are the same colors that Ken actually uses when I went through his completed ones in the back. I was like, oh, that's what I was planning on doing. It's blues and whites, was what I was thinking of. I love that the manatee with the moon and penguins. There's another fancy goldfish. He does like fancy goldfish, which I'm lucky because I like fancy goldfish. I love to color them. Oh, so pretty. This one's weird because it's like cut off. Like, I don't know if it's printed wrong and supposed to be over here, but I'm grateful for it because it's out of the ditch. So that's fine by me. I mean, if that was on purpose, that's really thoughtful. It's beautiful. This snail, I mean, I love coloring snails anyway, but that is beautiful. And again, it looks like it has orchids in it. I've seen a lot of people that do this one. This fancy ladybug with the stars. She's got glam and glimmer. She's ready for her close-up, Mr. DeMille. I think this is just a butterfly on a lily. One of his more demure pages. This bumblebee is perfect. One of my favorite bumblebee drawings of all times. I think this bumblebee is just absolutely wonderful. And you can really get in there and get really detailed because it's so blown up. Gorgeous. And of course, I love this. But I need to figure out how these clownfish are colored. One is black and one is orange and one is white. Because, oh, I've made a mess of clownfish. And I love coloring crustaceans. I love coloring their shells. This is a hermit crab. He's got a shell there, but I love hermit crabs and lobsters and regular crabs and anything with a shell like that. I love to color. Like this. Oh, I'm looking forward to this a lot. Plus, these bubbles. I can't wait to do these bubbles. If you don't watch her, What Colorful Worlds has a, that's a YouTube channel. And she just did a bubble tutorial. And they are freaking phenomenal. She did bubbles in a way that I've never seen before. And she did it in a Kirby book. And I think it's a Kirby book she did it in. And I have watched it through twice now because I want to be able to do bubbles like that. And actually what she did was really easy. It was just putting it all together, made it look so fantastic and difficult. Yeah, I like the sea turtle. I love the sunfish and these other little parrotfish and stuff around. It's like a little tropical, like a little Hawaii scene. Okay, I have looked and looked and looked at this. I think I've settled on is a squid. That this is the top of the squid and this is the bottom. And there are some eyes here. I think it's a squid, but I'm not exactly sure. And I've looked at this finished page and it didn't help me, but I think it's a squid. What do you guys think it is? Plus there's water around it. I think it is. It's hard to tell. Look at that guy. Now that really does look like a chickadee. It's even got the kind of things chickadees like to eat. This is an eagle, right? With a snake in its mouth, but the snake's alive. Snake's alive. Maybe they're just friends, and he's taking the snake for a ride, going on a little flight. Maybe that's what's happening there. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You're a little birdie. Oh. Okay, this rooster. Yes, this is my favorite one. I want to make him like Jet. If you saw in the first of the video where I showed the chickens, I think there's a spot, I think I get a close-ups of Jet in there, and you can see that he is starting to get this magnificent neck part that's the colors of his mom, and his black feathers all shine blue. I'm going to wait until Jet's done growing and actually has his comb, because he doesn't have that yet, or his wattle. And I want to see what those turn out to be, because I want to make this into Jet, because I think it'll work well, because Jet has so many poofy feathers. Now, he will never have feathers like this, but I'm still going to make them, you know, black with blue glistening off of it. I think it'll be actually gorgeous. And then these lotus flowers, I think it'll be a beautiful tribute to Jet. But I have to wait till he grows up a little bit, because right now he bald on top. He's not grown up. Wait, a hummingbird. I think, yes. Hawk. Going for a peach. A vegetarian hawk. Those are the best kind of hawks, because the other kind of hawks eat my chickens. Penguin with some fishies. If you can hear snoring, that's because Jack finally settled down. Crazy birds. Okay, I want to make these like that red bird and angry bird. I want to make these angry birds. Because he looks just like him. He looks just like the angry bird guy. Yeah, I got to make him like 3 versions of the angry bird. But I do love these snowflakes. They look like ice. It'll be really fun to do those. Those are some more geese flying over. 'Tis the season. There's a cowfish and another kind of hawk, or a kind of sea hawk. Flying fish. Could be a parrot. Starfish. Look at that sun going down or coming up. Some coral. That's beautiful. I'll make that totally tropical. Look at a pondering duck. He's pondering. With a baby duck talking to a frog. Another baby duck up there. Mama's lost. Oh, look at the creeper frog. Creeping. Wow. Stalker. So we have inquisitive baby, mischievous baby, stalker frog, and pondering mom. Now, pondering duck, she could be wishing Calgon would take her away. Because there's another baby running around there. Have you heard of Mommy's Little Helper? They were big in the 70s. Okay, I have been trying to figure out what this is. Is it a real bird, or is it a dinosaur? Are there birds like this? I think there are, but like in Australia, right? And this is some kind of a grouse or something. Yeah, I think it is. Oh, there's another one there. It was hiding from me. Looks like a dinosaur. It's probably a bird that actually exists. Okay, here are his finished ones. So he has the fennec fox here. And he actually goes through steps of coloring this entire page with watercolors. So you can actually follow along. He has a coloring tutorial, which is so cool. And I actually read through all this and picked up some ideas, especially of the flowers. I picked up some ideas from him doing his flowers. Then he has the fennec fox doing it with pencils. Now, he admits in his color along that he doesn't use pencils, so he's not an expert. So he's just experimenting here, trying to see what he can do with pencils. But he's a painter. It says, I am cautiously experimenting with mixing colors. He loves very colorful, lots of colors. And then he has a little thought about his colors with this magnificent octopus, which I don't believe is in the book, which is too bad because that is cool. And then he's got some finished pages. Look at his turtle. Wow. Yeah. So you could, if you want to use this as an inspiration, if you don't want to have to, which I think I probably will, because taking out the color choices kind of eases my brain a bit sometimes and makes it less decisions to make. If you want to challenge yourself to try to use this as an inspiration, you could take a picture of it and then have it on your phone, or you can even print it out if you want to and have it next to you, because the page isn't here, right? You don't, unless you want to flip, you could. But I would probably just take a picture and have it out here. And look at the koala. Totally different temperature, totally different palette. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm just fascinated. Like, he's got purples and blues and greens. He's got all kinds of colors in this koala. He's not really caring about color. He's caring about temperature and shade and light. Just making sure light areas where light would be hitting stay light, and dark areas stay dark, and then the colors don't matter. I think it's gorgeous. See, here's the manatee. That's kind of exactly really close. I was going to do more monochromatic. I wasn't going to have the yellow in it, but isn't that beautiful? And I am definitely, because I still struggle with white animals and white objects, how to color them. And he says in his tutorial, you just leave the white of the paper, and then go in with mostly water and very little pigment with various colors. So, and he kind of uses warmer colors where he thinks there'd be more blood flow. He's actually thinking about the animal, and cooler colors where there might be less. So yeah, I think I'll definitely use this as an inspiration so that I can learn how to do white animals, and maybe even the penguins too. But I think I'll make it all blue, different shades of blue. Isn't this gorgeous? I love what he did with the wings. He didn't just go red and black, which is what I would have done, or yellow and black. He's like, let's do all the colors. And it just looks like it's shining, like he plays with light, and his paintings look like they're lit up. He's a master at that. Oh, there's our Hermie crab. Okay. There's not actually a lot of black on these fish. A lot less than I thought. For some reason, I kept trying to make the bands black. But no. Bands are white. And I think that's right. I'll look them up. Now, see, I do my shells totally different, but I love the way he did it. He used some of the techniques like we're learning with the alcohol ink color how-to books, you know, the dotting with acrylic markers. That might be what he dotted his to mimic reflection of light. He might have used acrylic. Okay, here's the finished one of the one I don't know what it is. And actually, this confuses me more. It looks like glass. But the only thing I know with this kind of aperture is a squid. It's not a cuttlefish, I don't think. I think it's a small squid, a type of squid. But if you have another idea, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to color it pretty colors because I don't know what it is. And I love that he just does these single colored flat backgrounds. That makes just this pop out. And I tend to do that with my pages anyway. So that's probably what I'll be doing. And look at his snowflakes. Look at all the colors he uses. But yet he keeps the angry birds very, very low key. That's really cool. And the holly, nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's some sort of a bird that's like a little parakeet or something. He did the fish and everything true to life. This one has less experimentation and more true to life colors. It's gorgeous. Oh, I wonder how he gets his ideas. Then the rest of them are small. Look at that axolotl. Oh, the greens he used. Oh, he did the same greens in that lizard down there. But they're all down here. And what the cool thing is you can go to these QR codes and it takes you to his Instagram page that has this completed coloring. So you can read more about it and see it bigger. Look, there's one of those skinks. The one at my dad's house was not colorful like this, but it also wasn't healthy. Oh, he made a snake white, like an albino snake. Anyway, so all the completed ones are here. Oh, look at this elephant. Wow. Wow. So, yes, you can you could copy all of them if you wanted to, like those Korean coloring books, which is an idea. Definitely some of these, because I don't have those Korean side by side page books, which I've always kind of wanted to, because like the fox one, Sugomi, the desert fox. Oh my gosh, I would love to have those books because they're so soft and muted. They're a style of coloring that I'm not very good at, and yet they're so adorable. And so I could take pencils and soft mediums and stuff and try to mimic that exactly. I think that'd be so much fun. But I think I'd like to do that with some of these. I'll go to these, which is so thoughtful, and just pull it up on Instagram. And then try to do use it as inspiration. Look what he did with the hippo and the crocodile. Oh, that's cool. He made it look like they're part of the foliage. And he did a different background with this one. He did a very busy background. That's a much busier page. Oh, here's the one that I had chosen to do with those lanterns. Something lanterns, right? The name of this plant. Oh, the bird he's got. It's like a forest bird. We have those. Looks like a woodpecker. It's a type of woodpecker. And then that sheep looks weird. Although the plants growing out of his nose, I have them off the screen. Plants growing out of his nose are just weird. But I love the background, the maroon background. It's all gorgeous. Look what he did with the ladybug. Oh, so pretty. And there's the manatee, of course. Oh, his snail. Just gorgeous. So yeah, he uses watercolor paints. And this is a great book to have to learn how to use your watercolor paints. How to use them just to show temperature and changes and movement rather than be caught up about the color. Snake eater. Oh, some of them have titles. Well, maybe that one I don't know. Maybe the title will help. Let's find it. I guess we haven't seen it yet. Let's find it and see if the title helps. Western Lantern. That's what that's called. I bet that's what those plants called. There it is. Ocean Current. No, that's not helpful at all. It's called Ocean Current. Okay, I'm just going to have to... Oh, and it doesn't have a QR code. It's the only one. No, there's a couple that don't have QR codes. You know what? Are they the same one on every page? Nope. Well, that one's just going to be a mystery as to what it is. And then here is one that's just got several of the animals in it. It says it creates his works using ink and watercolor. So yeah, I think he inks them and then he watercolors them. And there's his Instagram, in case you want to see it, check him out and follow him. Wonderful, huh? I love this book so much. I'm looking forward to diving into it. But my plans are October I have several buddies and I'm behind on other buddies. So November every year is my month to catch up. I take no new pages and I just use that as a whip finishing month. So, and I start with buddies on pages that I've started that are whips. Then I go to buddies on pages that haven't even been started. And then I go to just regular whips that weren't buddies. So I have a ton. So in November, if I don't get some of these buddies done, they'll get finished in November. So October, I've sort of scaled it back a bit to prepare for November. So I'm pretty full on buddies. And then if I have any room left in my calendar, I have 4 Halloween-specific books that I'm going to color out of. But you'll see that in my October plans. So thank you for being here in my cabin tonight. You got to see chickens and me paint with sparkly watercolor. And then you got to see a little bit of shiny style Language gel markers. Got to see my new nails. Look at them. They're like half and half in here because I'm kind of warm now in my sweatshirt. And then a brand new book I got. So we had fun. Got to hear the birds fly overboard and Frank behind me. Frank? No, his name is Jack. Who's Frank? Jack is snoring behind me. I don't know who Frank is. Maybe Frank's that thing in the painting that we don't know what he is. Let's name that squid thing Frank. So Frank, who's not here, I hope you're having a good night. And I hope you are having a good night because I love you lots. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.